You run 7 minutes. That's $70.
Hey, shut the fuck up! I told you to work.
Alright, y'all hold it down like 2.
No, put the camera on him. Put the camera on him, because you see my match.
And what? Long eventually.
And if you jump out the air tomorrow, I'm going to catch your ass with a spin.
I'm going to do 2 flips and then go back to the top.
But haven't you been forgetting how to do a flip?
I mean, I still know how to do it. I just be forgetting in the moment, you know what I'm saying? I got early onset dementia. Not to be confused with juvenile dementia. I'm slightly too old for it to be juvenile. So it's just early onset. I know I'm not on camera.
Oh, yeah, turn that around to the camera.
Do you hear something? Because I sure don't.
Hello, brothers.
Do you hear something?
I got to hold the mic.
Eric says hello. Hey guys, welcome to the episode 3 of Tell It to Trevor. My guest today is D'Angelo. Alright.
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
That's good. That's
We
good.
just watched Mania.
Tell it to me. Tell it to me, Trevor.
Big night one, I will say. It's better than most WrestleManias I've seen. What about you?
Yeah, it was a good show. The main event was great. Gunther and Sami Zayn was great. You know, they put on a great production.
Alright, first question. Who was your toughest opponent you have faced so far in your career? Who was your toughest opponent you have faced so far in your career?
My toughest opponent that I faced so far in my career. Drew Adler. Drew Adler, he's mentally and physically tough, but he pushes you to go. So definitely Drew Adler.
Alright, so Drew Adler, would you mind telling us about Drew Adler a little bit so they know who Drew Adler is?
If you're watching this and you don't know who Drew Adler is, then you have a problem. Drew Adler's a man. Like that, I can go down and tell you everything he's done, but like, if you know independent wrestling, you know who Drew Adler is. Simple.
Alright, second question. What got you into wrestling?
So, you remember earlier when you said that we just watched WrestleMania?
Yeah.
And you remember how we were all just jumping up and reacting and all the emotion?
Yep.
That's what got me into wrestling. You know?
Yep.
Wrestling is emotion based. I remember how it made me feel as a kid, and being able to do that now for other kids, that means the world to me. So whether I make it to TV or whether I don't, like, I'm living the dream, and nobody can take that from me.
How did you navigate your career path to reach your current position, and what lessons have you learned along the way?
That's a good one. I started to navigate my career path when I started to step out of my comfort zone. I started going places where people wrestle different, and I'm not wrestling the same faces. I'm not at the same companies, and I love the companies I work for. Don't get me wrong, but when I started hitting the road and seeing different styles and seeing how other people operate, that's when I started to like figure out like, hey, I can be flexible. Can we cuss?
Yeah.
I can be flexible with this shit, and like, I can be diverse. You know what I'm saying? And it's getting to the point now where I can walk into a locker room and already feel like, not necessarily established, but I feel respected enough to where like the promoter's not gonna like try to shortchange me or give me no crappy match. Like, but I mean, also I take every opportunity as what's the word I'm looking for? I take every booking as an opportunity to showcase my talent. So no matter who I'm in the ring with, no matter what level they're at, we're gonna make the best out of the match regardless. Yeah. And you know, I've been successful so far.
What advice do you have individuals seeking a career in the indies?
In the indies? I mean, wrestling in general, like, wrestling is what you make out of it. If you want to wrestle once or twice a month, that's fine. If you want to hit the road and wrestle somewhere every night of the weekend, that's fine. You determine how your career goes. Not the promoters, not the fans, you. Because at the end of the day, you're the person that's driving, you're the person that's paying for training, putting miles on your car, working a job that allows you to have the hours to wrestle. So like, you gotta sacrifice, you gotta put in the work if you really wanna see the outcome. So, I mean, and that's anything in life. Like anything in life is what you make it out to be. So I mean, like before wrestling, I played semi-pro football, and everybody said, "Oh, semi-pro football is for guys that are on their way out of football, or guys that never made it big, or never went to college." Like I played college ball, that was cool and all, but you know, I went to semi-pro, and that's when I really started to stand out, and that's when I started getting more opportunities. So like with wrestling, you know, I broke out, and granted, I broke out in a decent place. I mean, we're here.
Yeah.
This is the place to be in South Carolina.
Yes, it is.
So I was like, cool, I can be comfortable with that. But like, okay, I know I'm good. I know everybody at Palmetto knows I'm good. I can be comfortable with that, or I can go other places where they don't see us and become somebody that's good on that roster too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, like anything you do in life, whether it's wrestling, refereeing, or anything in general, you make the most of your opportunity. Like you determine how well that goes.
Can you share a story of how professional connection, positive, how it impacted your career?
There's so many, man. Like I can get on here and talk about all the names that I made connections with, but like I think the biggest thing for me, like no matter who I wrestle, like a lot of people ask me like, "Oh, how long have you been working?" And I'll be like, "I'll tell you after the match." And they look at me like, "Okay, what?"
Yeah.
But then like I always get the same response from people. I'm like, "Okay, well." After the match, I'm like, "Okay, I'm only in my second year. I'm going into my second year." And they're like, "Ain't no way, bro. Like, you carry yourself with so much more like understanding. Like, you don't look green, so to say." Which I am green. I'm my biggest critic. Well, my wife is my biggest critic, but like, I feel like that's enough of a story in itself. Like, just being able to go anywhere and people respect me enough and know that my work is valid, to the point where they don't think that I'm only in my second year. So, I mean, that's something I take pride in. Now, I will say, it was pretty cool. When we went to Philly, I got to, which I made a connection with a couple of guys. Like I usually chime in a lot with Chris Bay on social media. And like, we were just back there chilling, like getting stuff together. And I hear somebody pop their head through the curtain. They're like, "Yo, D." I turn around, it's Chris Bay, and I'm like, that's when I kind of realized. I was like, dang, man, these guys are paying attention to what I'm doing. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, for him to remember who I am and like have that level of respect for me. And there's a couple of them. There's a couple of guys like that, like that I look up to, that I get to talk to a lot. Like, I like picking Kevin Knight's brain when I see him. Back in December, I got to work with Moose, and Moose is one of my inspirations, and I got to pick his brain for a little bit. You know, we hit it off. Myron Reed's another one. Like, I want to work Myron so bad, bro. Like, he's definitely high on my list. Caprice Coleman's another one. I talk to Caprice a lot. So, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, guys will go to shows, and, you know, they see a name, and they're like, oh crap, we're trying to kiss their ass. They don't want that. Just go talk to them like they're human, because they are. Like, that's why I try to encourage other people to do. Like, don't sit here and try to like kiss up to them or like put them on a pedestal. They just want to come in and be human. They don't want to be like, they're in the same locker room you're in. They're getting paid by the same promoter you're getting paid by. So I'm not gonna sit here and put you on a pedestal when we're coworkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Alright guys, so we're starting a new segment. It is called Trev Shock. You have 30 seconds to answer 4 questions.
You give me 30 seconds to answer 4 questions?
4 questions are short questions. We'll go to a minute.
I don't need 30 seconds.
No? Okay.
I need 20 seconds.
20? Okay, we'll go with 20.
15.
However long it takes you.
If we live, give me 5.
Okay.
You want some more? Give me 4. If it's for me, give me 3.
All right.
Let me stop playing with you.
All right. Who was your mentor for wrestling?
Ethan Case.
Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Jeff Hardy.
What was your first show you worked?
PCW.
How many title belts have you won?
4.
All right.
Hopefully tomorrow will be 5.
All right, guys. That was the 30 seconds. You did it in 15 seconds, I believe. All right. That is all we got. If you guys want to follow D'Angelo on social media, what is your social medias?
If you follow him, this is the easiest way to do it now. If you follow him, just go to his followers or like mutuals or whatnot and just type in D'Angelo. It'll pop up a picture of me. Because trying to remember my socials off the top of my head is just not happening right now. It's midnight. I'm exhausted. So if you follow this guy right here, tell it to Trevor, go to his mutuals, type in D'Angelo, you'll see me, and I follow you back.
And he's also going to be tagged in the video.
Yeah. So if you tagging me in the video, why you asking where they can find me?
Well, I was trying to do it if they listen to the audio on.
Oh, you said audio. My bad. My bad. For the people listening on the audio, get Instagram because it's the 21st century. And then everything we just said. Also, for the people on the audio, I threw a shoe at him just now, so that's what all that noise was. I just want y'all to be able to have the visual mindset of what's happening. Also, for the people on the audio, I'm a handsome, chocolate black man with a do-rag on, with a nappy head because my wife is out of town and she couldn't do my hair. And now I'm just rambling because like it's an audio and it's like 2 minutes and I want y'all to be able to enjoy it. Okay?
Yep.
Now I'm smiling.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for the episode. See you guys next time.